big chesty, big sexy.
How y'all doing today?
Yes, how are y'all? And welcome back to Will Nakina Unfiltered. Episode
28.
of the podcast.
How
baby.
y'all doing today? I hope
Yes.
you're having a wonderful day.
Now this one gonna go up probably late
Yeah.
because it was supposed to go up yesterday, but it didn't.
Yeah. But anyway,
Stuff came up.
yeah.
Busy.
Right, we was a little busy. Someone said they came home early from a friend's house and caught. I'm gonna read it how she wrote it, okay? Came home early from a friend's house and caught my dad with my teacher in the act. Should I tell my mom or keep it to myself? I really don't want to be the cause of, she don't want to be the cause of her parents' divorce. You won't be the cause because your dad chose to mess with your teacher, okay?
Yeah.
He did that. You didn't do that, so you shouldn't feel guilty.
Yeah. Tell
Tell
her.
your mom.
Tell your mom.
Yeah.
Because if she finds out down the line, it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
Tell her.
And she's gonna be hurt that you knew and didn't tell her.
Yeah.
So
She's
I
gonna
advise
be real
you to
hurt. So
tell
you
her,
tell
in my
her.
opinion. Yeah.
Tell her.
Someone said my boyfriend's snoring is getting on my nerve. Do you have any suggestions that might help me get used to it?
It ain't nothing you can
girl.
do. You just don't have to get used to it. Cause I snore and there ain't nothing she can do about it.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Chanel.
Chanel.
I used to have a friend named Chanel.
Yeah,
when I was a kid.
That's exactly who I thought about when you said
but,
Chanel.
what I was about to say. Anyway, Will snores like loud. Okay.
Yes,
like
I
loud. You can hear
Yes,
him
I
all
do.
throughout the house.
Yes,
loud,
I
okay?
do.
But I got used to it in the beginning when we first got together. It didn't really bother me like that because my little brother and little sister used to snore, and
Yeah.
growing up or whatever. And I don't know. I kind of got used to it. It was whatever. But for you, I say maybe get some earplugs or something like that. Maybe listen to music. Some people like to listen to music sleeping.
I don't know, but look, it's just snoring. Shoot, she
Yeah.
snore. It's light, but she snore.
I think you'll get used to it as time goes past. Okay.
Time goes by, yeah.
Yeah.
It's something you get used to. That ain't something you just,
Right.
But it's just snoring. It's just a little noise.
Just a little noise.
Just a little noise.
My girl gave me a nickname I absolutely hate, and I don't know how to tell her without coming off as a jerk.
Well, that's a nickname.
Should I get used to the nickname she gave me or tell her I don't like it? We are in a new relationship. So y'all fresh with it. So you getting used to each other.
Just get used to it. I mean,
I say
you
get
can't,
used to
you
it.
can't do nothing about it because she's still going to call you with
Right,
it, whether you like it or not.
And she obviously really into you if she came up with a nickname.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do know about us females. When we give you a nickname, it's because we into you, So.
We gave each other nicknames about the first week we started talking.
Yeah, we gave each other nicknames and stuff.
She gave me one. I'm not going to tell y'all what it was because it's not family friendly, but she gave me one. You remember what it was?
I remember.
You remember? And I was like, okay. Okay, then.
You look.
Kind of made me feel good about myself.
Anyway. My wife admitted to cheating on me for months and wants to stay together for the kids. What should I do?
Leave her.
Yeah, in my opinion, I say
leave her and just
if you
co-parent.
can't work it out, leave.
No, leave her and just
But
co-parent.
she just told you, she wants to stay together for the kids. So that means she don't want to be with you because she really wants to be with you. She's going to be with you because, for the kids, like she said. So yeah, I think it's time to co-parent.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Found my girlfriend's secret phone, and she's still using a dating app. Should I confront her or say nothing about it? Say something about it.
Yeah, you need to leave her because she's still using the dating app. That means she's
she
still
talk
talking
other
to men.
people. Right.
She's still talking to other men, so you need to leave her.
There is no need for a dating app if you're with someone.
girl.
I mean, the dating app is to meet someone. So,
girl, leave that girl.
Anyway,
leave that girl.
Just found out after 4 years
Y'all
that
hear
my
the pipes.
boyfriend has kids. He's not a deadbeat. He spends time with them, apparently on off days, when he told me he was hanging out with the guys. His kid's mother seems nice. My question is, should I break up with him because I told him when we first got together I didn't know if I wanted kids. Maybe that's why he didn't tell me. He apologized, and I just feel bad he kept it from me.
Yeah, that's probably why he didn't tell you, for the simple fact of you said you didn't want any.
Right, and he just didn't know how you would feel about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It sounds to me like he's a good dude.
Right.
If he's taking care of his kids, and he's not... First off, he's not talking to his baby mama. He's taking care of his kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would look at that as he's respecting... your wishes, because you said you don't want kids. So him not telling you, I would have said something.
Yeah, I would have told you.
For the simple fact of just being transparent.
Right.
But I look at it as he's respecting your wishes.
Right, but
you said you didn't want kids, so he's respecting you in that regard. But I wouldn't leave him.
Right. I feel you should give him a second chance, because at least you know he's a good father.
Yeah,
he take care of his child.
Yeah, he's not stepping out on you. He just going to spend time with his kids.
Right, and then you have built a healthy relationship with the mother of his kids. So, that, hey, you off to a good start.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Am I wrong for telling my parents that their parenting wasn't great growing up? They co-parented, but they were horrible. Now, the way she described them were basically like teenage parents. You know, when you first figuring out things.
Yep, teenage parents. Yeah. I understand that, because it took us, it took really me a little while.
I was...
You know when I really turned into a decent parent? When a few months after the oldest boy was born.
Yeah, because I was 17 when my oldest was born, and Will had just turned 18.
Yeah.
So... I didn't turn 18 till a few months after I had him.
I'm 6 months older than her. She a baby.
And, I don't know. Like, I understand what it feels like to be a teenage parent.
Yeah.
I've experienced it, and you have to grow up really fast. So, like you said, they had you young. So, hey, sometimes it's just a learning process.
It's a learning experience.
But I was already used to like things like feeding a baby, the bottle, changing diapers and things because of, my younger siblings or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, you was just speaking your truth. You were just saying what you felt like they were. So no, I don't feel like
it was terrible. It was terrible.
I don't feel you wrong, but don't be a jerk about it though.
I feel like it's one of those deals to where I don't know. Because some people consider certain stuff terrible.
Right.
Like, you maybe, they may not have spent enough time with you, gave you enough attention or something. Right. You may consider that terrible. To me, that would have been a great parent.
What? Spending time with the kids?
Just having, because, growing up, I didn't have a dad in my life. Just my dad being around would have been just,
Yeah.
That would have been he would have been a great, just being around would have been great.
Yeah.
But, me and him on good terms now,
Yeah.
And I don't hold none of that against him. Look, he was young, and I'm over all that mess.
Yeah, because it's like when you're young,
you make certain decisions.
You make certain decisions you might
and
not
then
be proud
he left
because
he had to leave. If you really had to leave, he told me why he left, but he had to leave.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't, then he wouldn't be here now. So
yeah. But. Yeah,
I was just too stupid to realize that when I first met him. So,
I was already mature, for my age at like 16. So it was like about time I had my first
16,
child.
You was mature as soon as you started talking.
Well, anyway.
She was like, mama, this and that. I can do what I want and that and this and that.
But no, like, everybody has always, they had always told me that I was kind of mature for my age. So when I had my first one at 17, I knew what I was doing. I was nervous because I was young, but I knew that I was going to be the best mom I could possibly be.
Yes.
Okay?
That's how protective she was of him. I was his daddy, and she didn't want to leave me with him.
Seriously, like...
Rightfully so, because I was a terrible... when he first came, I was a terrible dad.
I mean, because you was still learning. You was having to adjust to sleeping schedules and stuff like that. Yeah. But me...
And he was breastfed. He didn't... Every time I tried to feed him the bottle, he would spit it out. He'd be like... And he would cry until she got back to... Because she'll go to the store, right? And he'll be asleep. And I pray he didn't wake up. For the simple fact of, I'm like, please just stay asleep till your mama get home. Because if you wake up hungry, I cannot feed you.
Right, because he was breastfed. Yeah.
And all he wanted was the breast milk. The other ones, it was smooth selling. They took breast milk or the infant milk. Right. It didn't matter. Him, he was picky, just like his mama. That's how I know it. That's why I know who you get it from.
But yeah,
and every time I would try to feed him, he was like, and he would cry until she got back home.
He's a mama's boy, you know.
I was a terrible father.
Now he's a daddy's boy, but back then he was more of a mama's boy. And you know, I was tired. You know, your sleeping schedule and everything be off and whatnot. But I adjusted. You know,
babies wake up 30 times a night.
I went into straight mama mode. Now Will, you know, he was still having to get used to the fact of, man, you got to get up at this time and feed the baby. You got to change the baby. You got to this. You got to that. So you know, we co-parented. You know. I mean, we was together, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we was a team. We took turns, so we both adjusted, and yes. What is the next one? My girlfriend went through my phone, and I feel betrayed because she found 2 chicks' number I got a few weeks back.
You feel betrayed?
Hold on. Say, look, I got their number. I talked to one on the phone, and the other I text sometimes.
You feel betrayed?
But we have never took the next step. Should I leave my girl?
You leave.
She should leave you.
She's on my soul. How do you feel? You betraying her trust. Mm-hmm. You talking to other girls.
Look, dog.
Even if you didn't take the next step, you was planning on doing it. She just found out before you did.
You're wrong.
You are wrong. You dead wrong. You foul.
Nakina, do you feel...
Y'all young dudes be weird nowadays, I swear.
That Will was a good father starting off?
Terrible. I just said that. Terrible father. I was a terrible father.
Will was just learning like any other young dude when they first had their first child. He wasn't a horrible... father.
Don't lie like that. I was terrible.
Literally, you will be playing a video game and you will be holding him in one arm and you will have him while I got some sleep. So
but I had no patience for that crying. When he started crying, I don't care what you was doing, I hand him off to you.
I mean, that's any daddy. That doesn't make you horrible.
Yeah, I know. But now I got the patience. I got the patience with all the rest of them.
He's describing himself as horrible.
I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying.
He was not a horrible
I didn't have patience. Okay. It took a few months in till I started getting patience.
He irritated me every time he described himself like that.
When like a few months in, like 4 or 5 months in, that's when I got patience.
No, let me tell you.
The other ones, I was the perfect father. I did what I did. I fed them, changed them, all that. But with the oldest, I barely did anything. That's
because there. I wouldn't let you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't say he was a horrible father if I didn't let him do it.
And then at that time, I wasn't used to it, and I didn't want to do all that stuff. But now I'm proud to be a father.
You know what?
I take pride. My kids are my pride and joy.
Look, hush. He irritates me every time he does that.
My kids are my pride and joy.
That he was a horrible father. It irritates me to the core. Because everybody that was around us knew when I had my baby, I had him everywhere. Like, literally.
What they got to do with me?
You barely had him because I had him. He was
exactly. That's because I didn't want him.
Because when you first have a baby, it's like you cling to the baby. Like you know. You knew mothers and
then guess what she did with the rest of them after they got here? She threw them off on me.
Oh, with the other ones, I was like, here you go. Because I was the first time mom with the old
And then,
song.
Look, and every last one of them, I had a recliner. I don't know. It's just like every time she gets pregnant, I always somehow buy a recliner before she gives birth. And if I pop up with a recliner, just know she's pregnant.
Don't say that.
I'm just saying, I'm playing. Dang. I plan on getting a recliner, but look. But, every time, it just so happened. Every time she just so happened to get pregnant, and I always had a recliner. I swear. And everyone, I'll be sitting in my recliner, playing my game, just rocking back and forth, and she'll be like, here. And then she'll take a nap, and I'm sitting there playing the game, holding the baby, loud, yelling in the mic, scaring the baby, and I got to calm down. I gotta lower my voice because I'm scaring my baby. But I be sitting there holding my baby, playing the game.
Anyway,
everyone, and I spend most time with him. But guess what the trade off was?
What?
She'll be with him at night because I don't wake up from that crying. That didn't wake. Look, I'm a deep sleeper. She, on the other hand, they'll start crying and she'll be like, she'll pop a bottle in their mouth. She'll try to go to sleep and they'll wake up like 10 minutes later.
Look.
But she's a real light sleeper. I don't care what it is. She can hear a pin drop from across the street.
Look. Growing up in Chicago,
you know how many times she
waking up to noises, okay?
She would hear. She would hear something in the living room and go, "Will, get up and go see what that was." And I'm like, "It ain't nobody but the kids." And then I go in there and it ain't nobody but the kids because they be up early in the morning for no reason. They up now.
No. Let me tell you, somebody asked, you know.
Why they do that?
Will,
what you doing? I'm sorry, look at that.
He on his phone.
Look at that. Hold on, I don't know if y'all can see that, but putting Steve Buscemi's eyes on Willem Dafoe was a mistake.
But somebody asked me, and they was like, Will. I said, Will.
Will? Your name Will now? Well, I guess I'm Nakina.
Me, they was like,
what's up, y'all? I'm
Nakina. Like, is there any, like, creature? Ladybugs.
I don't understand that.
Let me tell you.
Ladybugs are the sweetest creatures on the face of this earth, and she's scared of them. No.
So we was living in what?
Go ahead, tell the story because it's stupid. The story is dumb.
Whatever.
That's the reason she's scared of them is dumb.
At this time, y'all. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
We had just. Well, yeah, we was fresh there like a year or two in. Okay?
Yeah, a year or two in. We were still new. Go ahead.
I had just got off my shift from work.
Okay? Yeah.
I'm trying to relax.
Go ahead, tell the story, because it's hilarious.
I'm trying to if you shut up.
It's the dumbest story I'll ever go hear.
You gonna shut up?
Go ahead.
So I'm trying to relax. Took my little bubble bath, all that good stuff. Okay, I done put the baby to sleep. I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, Will don't get off work for another, whatever, few hours, but he ended up getting off early that day. So I'm leaning back. I'm chilling. I'm trying to scroll down Vine on my phone.
That's what Vine was. Yeah, Vine was a thing back then.
So I'm
half
on my
of y'all
phone.
probably know what that is.
Would you hashtag talk?
Go ahead.
So I'm scrolling down Vine. I kid y'all not. A ladybug goes clean right in my eyeglass lens, right? And it looked like when I tell y'all, I pretty much had a panic attack. I literally was just like, Will was rolling. Like, I was like, Will, you don't understand. Like, it just flew. Like, I can't even explain it to y'all. Like, so look, I'm like, get it away. Get it away.
Yo, you don't know the panic. You don't know the panic.
So look, after that happened, later on that day, I opened our window so I could put a box fan in it, right? Tell me why. Another ladybug, y'all. Another ladybug. But this time it's sitting right on top of my nose. And I'm looking down at it and it's looking at me. And I'm staring at it and it's staring at me. I'm telling you. I was like, Will, get it? Get it off? Get it off?
Every time she sees a ladybug, she loses her mind.
Look, I know what y'all thinking of. Like a ladybug, Nakina, really? Yes, a ladybug.
Her mind. She like, Will, get it. And I gotta get it. I gotta grab it. And I gotta take it outside.
Let me tell y'all.
Because she don't like late. Whenever they get in the house, she be like,
now, if it lands on my hand, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I bet you think it's something evil. Like, you gonna get in my eyeglass lens and you gonna...
That's all it takes for them to get close to your eyes. Come on, we got more.
But yeah, that's
it.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah,
you know how funny it is. She
story time of
she
that.
freaks out every time she sees a ladybug, and it's hilarious. Like that ladybug is more scared of you than you is of it. But y'all think
that's something? Don't you got a friend that's don't like glitter?
Oh, he lose his mind.
Yeah, he got a friend that don't like glitter.
He ain't scared of it, but he loses his mind. That man will go into a rage. You throw some glitter on him. I'm not gonna say it, but he will go into a rage.
Oh, man.
And I was like, I'll send you an envelope full of glitter. You open it. By the time you open it, it's too late.
But anyway, we hope y'all had a good time. I hope y'all enjoyed yourselves.
Yes.
Whatever you may be watching or listening on Google Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud,
yes.
Watching on YouTube, we appreciate you.
Yes, cool. I'm glad.
Have a blessed day.
I'm surprised the camera didn't die as low as that battery looking.
Yeah,
that
but
battery red. Peace.